Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well, today I'm super excited. We have Jay Bourgana from Homearly Real Estate. Jay, how you doing today?
Great. How are you? Thank you for
Oh,
having me.
good. Yeah, I know we've been friends for many years and business associates, so glad to catch up with you here. Um, Jay is a team leader. He also has a great organization and business. So, Jay, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm originally from Morocco. I worked, as early as 17-year-old for a French bank there. I wanted to learn about money and how money is made, and I didn't know anyone around me that knew anything about money. So I figured the bank is where the money is. So let me go work for the bank and learn about money. And I worked on the retail side, and I went into the business side. I enjoy the business side, so I get to work with entrepreneurs and business owners. And after 5, 6 years there, I decided to jump to the other side to learn about how to run a business and how to have a business. So I worked for a company here in the United States, in California. They did manufacturing from home decor, health and beauty products, food products. And I worked for them for about 5, 6 years, 2 years in California, 3 years in China, and ran in a million square foot facility with 3,000 people that work 3 shifts a day, four shifts a day. And I really enjoyed that experience because it kind of taught me about, number one, global trade and supply chain, but also the management in general. Management is the same whether it is in Morocco, France, Spain, United States, or in Qingdao, China. It's all the same. You're really dealing with people. You're really aligning individual people's goals with the company goals. You're setting the process. You're training. You're keeping people motivated. You're creating a culture, and you're trying to serve your clients, at the best level while making a profit. And so I kind of learned those concepts and principles. And when I came back to renew my visa in 2007, the market crashed. Our clients didn't pay us. We couldn't pay our vendors. So essentially, $500 million went poof in like 2 months. And so I learned a lot from that experience as well. And I moved into a different line of business, which is more manufacturing oriented. And I did some consulting where I built a niche around operational turnaround management consulting. And I spent about 5 years just traveling everywhere, helping companies turn around their businesses. And again, the same thing it's all about people. It's all about process. It's all about systems. It's all about culture. And then I got tired, doing that for about 5 years, living in hotels, traveling all over the place. And I, started buying some houses around 2011, and I saw the appreciation go out so fast that I was intrigued by the real estate market. And I said, all right, I want to learn more about the market. I want to learn more about the regions. And silly me, I thought that learning how to invest in real estate meant going and getting my license and sell real estate, which are completely different things. But I went in all in. I went all in like I do everything else. And within 4 years from getting my license, we have built a team that did about $150 million in sales. And we were approached by a big local independent that decided to acquire us. And so you don't hear a lot of teams being acquired. At the time, we had moved. We had our own little office. We moved to Keller Williams, and we were acquired out of essentially Keller. After being in Keller Williams for about a year, we were acquired, and we've been with the new entity since, which is First Team Real Estate. So it's been a great journey. We learned a lot about how to build a company within real estate, how to build teams. So I'm happy to share.
Well, that's awesome. And I know that you have a family as well. So let's hear a little bit about your family.
Yeah, I've been married for about 9 years now. I got two little ones, Jack and Isabel. Isabel is going to turn 8, and Jack is going to turn 6 this year.
Oh, that's not, now, did they travel with you with your ventures?
Yes, everywhere. I mean, they
Oh,
love, they're very curious. They're homeschooled, so we got that flexibility. and yeah, we enjoy spending a lot of time with them.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I love the fact that you said you have to stay focused on people, process, systems, and then culture. Which one of those do you think is more important?
Well, I think everything is important. So let me kind of tell you a little bit my framework. Whether I was running a chicken farm or a plastic injection molding company or a real estate company, it's the same thing. So it starts with the consumer first. What does the consumer want? What is the experience that we want to deliver to the consumer? Whether it is regular buyer, a seller, or is Walmart. There's always a client. What do they want? How do we want to deliver that experience? And then once we know what is it that they want, then how can we create a process that delivered that want consistently at a high level? So we'll create a process to deliver that want. And then once we have a process, then we want to lay on top of it the type of people, the personality profile, the experience, whatever, the people that are going to execute that process. Once we have the process and we have the people, then we lay out the technology that's going to help them deliver that experience in a consistent manner. And then once we have the process, the people, the technology, then we start finding the accountability. So what is the supervision or the accountability we need to make sure that happens consistently? And then once we do that, then we start looking for traits that are common among that group. If I have a team in Orange County, it's going to have a different culture than a team in San Antonio, Texas, or a team in Arkansas. So that group of people they're going to have something in common that's going to be their culture. And so I want to find out what that is, and I want to amplify it, and I want to articulate it. So I want to explain it to everybody so everybody knows what it is, because sometimes they feel it, but they don't know what it is. So I want to articulate it and I want to amplify it. Once I do that, then I just have, like a top management, a leader on top that's going to protect it all. That's going to protect the culture. That's going to protect the systems, the processes, and it's going to make sure that the client we're delivering the experience that we promised to the client.
Well, I heard a couple of things a couple of times. I love the fact that it always starts with the consumer, it starts with the customer, and then it's the experience. And it's not really, I always get frustrated. They say, customer service department. No, it's a customer or consumer experience department, and if the consumer has a high level of service and a great experience, then we're going to get referrals. In fact, referrals are the litmus test of our client's experience. So yes. I think that's just awesome.
Well, and I can add to that, the whole company is a customer experience department. I mean, it shouldn't have a division like right. One group. Everybody. The guy who sweeps the floor is in the client experience department. So everybody's in the client. The whole company is. So like Peter Drucker says, the reason for a business to exist is to acquire customers and to keep them, and that's it. Nothing else matters. You have to acquire the customer and you have to keep that customer.
Absolutely. I love it. Just keep it simple.
Yes.
So what does your current organization look like now? And what's your vision? Where are you going?
So we have right now we have a team. We have agents, we have buyers agents, we have listing agents, we have team leaders that run as listing agents with buyers agents under them. And then we have a trainer, we have a marketing person, and we have an ops person. And essentially our goal is to develop team leaders. We think of our real estate business. We hire a lot of new agents, and we think of it as essentially a management training program. And our goal is to develop leaders within that program that's going to rise into eventually running their own individual P&Ls, their own individual businesses. So the way I look at it, there's stages. So you go to the stage of delivering the experience to the client, and then you go to the next stage where you're actually thinking of the process and and then you go to the next stage where you're actually leading people and try to deliver that experience through others. And then later, then you get to the financial and the marketing aspect of the business. So to me, that's how I think of it. I think of it from a creating opportunity for people. And that's how, me coming from being an immigrant, the reason why I came here is for opportunity. And the reason because there's a lack of it where I came from. And to me, I just think of myself as an entrepreneur, as an opportunity creator. And I want to create opportunity for people to develop and grow and, and help others.
Well, that's awesome. And that's exactly why people work with us, is because, well, number one is people will work with us because number one is they trust us. And this is from John Maxwell. I heard him with Ed Millett the other morning. Number one is people because they trust you, and this takes time with authenticity. And then number two is because do they honestly believe you, and do they believe that you can help them to solve their problem? And then number three is, do you really care about them? And if we can show that we genuinely really care about people, then we can help them and we can serve them. So, well, this is awesome. So, hey, well, Jay, thanks for jumping on here. If someone wants to reach out, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, my email is jay@homearly.com. And I can be found on all the social media platforms.
Well, that's awesome. And I read a little bit more about you. I know that you've had some great mentors and you're an excellent negotiator, but maybe you could just share, you've been extremely successful. What do you attribute your success?
I learned, I'm a very curious person. I'm always reading. And I'm always, I don't have any talent, but I work very hard. So I've always been the first guy in, last guy out, and I'm always consuming content all the time. So I think those are the two elements. That's what I tell my teams the same way. You just got to outlearn and outwork everybody else.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Well, Jay, thanks so much for jumping on here. Have a great day, a great week, great weekend. Enjoy your family, your business. And if anyone wants to get a hold of you, feel free to reach out to Jay. We'll have his email linked on the podcast here on the stream. And we'll be in touch. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Thank you.